Welcome back to another episode of Meant to Vent. My name is Jaime, and once again, it's Wednesday. And don't forget to catch us on Saturdays where it's me and my man Will, and we bring it to you. We get out here and vent it out as well. And today I got some more What the News coming today, and I hope you guys enjoy. But I'm going to start with some stuff, some real shit. No. Sometimes you got them people that like to party a little too much. And sometimes, when in my younger days, I used to be that guy. as hard as it is to believe, I used to have me a beer or two. So sometimes you come across that person that gets into this like certain level of buzz where they hit this like level of drunkenness where they almost become like this magician. You have this person at the party and they're like a fucking magician, man. They're like, all of a sudden you just gave them a beer. And you turn around to give the last person the beer, you turn around and their beer is already empty. Like, what the fuck did he do with it? Like, where'd it go? And then it's like, there was that first magician right there. Then you got the person at the party gets so drunk or they're so high and doing some crazy shit where they just vanish. Like, you guys all chilling at the party like, man, where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck did he go? And then, like, before the party's over, you're saying bye to everybody. This person pops up with, like, this whole second wind. Like, where's everybody going? The party's over? What's going on? What's going on? It's early. And like he fucking went somewhere and took a nap or something. Like nobody knew who he was or she. They couldn't find him nowhere. That's that other magician drunkenness. Or that magician drunkenness is like when you're drinking yourself and you just open a beer or whatever drink it is. You just start taking that drink and not even like a second goes by. You turn around talking to somebody and you look back and that drink is empty. Like what the hell just happened? Or you get to that point where your drink is empty and you turn around and all of a sudden it's full again. It's like, what the hell is true? Who's playing these mind games? You're looking around like, who just did it? Who just did that fucking sleight of hand on me? Who did it? Come on now, who did it? But I just had to get that out there because sometimes people can get there. And in my younger days, I used to go there. I used to frequent that area. I tried to do it like not even a few years ago. Had a little bash, and we're all hanging out. And I was like, I'll be right back. I told everybody at the party, hold on, I'll be right back. So everybody thought it was a restroom break. I even thought it was a restroom break. So I don't even know what happened after that. I woke up to my wife taking my shoes off. Like, you left your shoes on while you was asleep. And I had my shoes on, my jacket, shirt, everything, man. She was all yelling at me. I woke up and everybody was gone. The party was over. And I didn't know what the hell happened. And I pulled that Houdini. I just vanished. Everybody was like, damn, he just pulled a disappearing act. He's like, I'll be right back. And I just took off. I hit that level. And it was not good news the next day, let me tell you. Well, in sports news, the Lions, my Detroit Lions, decided to cancel their practice the other day because there was another police shooting. Yeah, another shooting happened. You guys all know about it. It went everywhere. And so they decided to speak on it. They approached the media, and they decided to, not take a practice that day because a lot of people's lately, everybody's minds are at all like an unrest, unrested. Or, a lot of stuff going on, emotions everywhere, And so they approached the media. It's kind of good that they did. People want to know what's up. There's probably like the selfish fans like myself are like, come on, let's get this going. Let's play some football. But, there's some other stuff going on. There's a lot of crap going on. And unfortunately, it's affecting everybody, whether they like it or not. It's affecting everybody globally, because of there's some serious stuff going on right now. A lot of turmoil, a lot of unevenness in the scales, you know what I'm saying? And it's like unsturdy. And so who knows what's going to happen right now. But right now, stuff's a little crazy. Sometimes we'd have sports to escape to. It was like our getaway. And they're bringing them back. They're getting back slowly and all that stuff, But you miss the crowd cheering. You miss people going out there. You miss going there yourself, man. You want to go out there and scream and all that kind of stuff and have fun, the experiences of the stadiums, because we got some cool stadiums and y'all got some cool stadiums, I'm sure. And I'm sure your football teams are way more exciting, but we still go there and have a blast. regardless of the outcome, we still go there at Ford Field and downtown and have fun, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah. I just think right now, I just wish it could get back to normal, and unfortunately it's just a bunch of crap right now. So I recently saw that new Batman trailer. I know everybody's been seeing it. It's been going around, and I was talking a lot of shit about Robert Pattinson, being Batman because he did all that Twilight, glittery vampire shit. And I'm like, if I see the trailer and fucking Batman fucking has some glitter on him shit, I'm gonna fucking hate this movie right off the get. But they would have CGI'd it out the trailer anyways. They would have been like, oh no, he's not a Cullen, he's a Wayne. He's not one of the Cullen boys. He's one of the fucking Wayne boys. Now he's Bruce Wayne. And so he comes out. I see the trailer, and it actually wasn't that bad, man. It was pretty good. I thought it looks pretty sweet. I was a little excited about it, and I'm excited when it comes out. I want to see it. It looks pretty dark. Looks like a good, rejuvenation of the Batman, series. And Christian Bale did an awesome job with his Batmans, and you got the Heath Ledger Jokers and Joker Joaquin Phoenix, and starting to do his thing. That was a cool movie, and the Riddler looks like a dark ass character, man. He looks really scary, and it makes him all super super psychotic. Looks like a real dark, fun movie, and it looks like Batman's like the more of the detective type too, like the old Adam West Batman and some shit, where he was just like could figure shit out all the time. He was like this detective, super smart guy. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see it. I don't know about you guys. It says 2021. Don't know when about 2021, but who knows? We'll see what the rumors say, because so many people leak out stuff so many times. I love it. It doesn't ruin nothing for me. A lot of people get mad. They're like, oh, you spoiling shit. It doesn't spoil it for me. I think it makes me more excited to see it, because if you just hear people say it and don't see nothing, or you hear people like describing something like crazy amazing, to me it makes me just want to see it more. And if I hear about it, I'm like, I don't care if I know about it. I still can't wait to see it. I ain't scared of spoilers. You can spoil away. Spoil away. That's why we do spoilers here. Everybody gets mad I'm sorry if we get upset because of something you ain't seen. We already seen it, so here we don't care about spoilers. So it's like spoiler free zone. Doesn't mean it, our spoiler free zone means like you can freely do spoilers. Not like keeping spoilers out of here. If you want spoiler free, you got to go somewhere else. We freely spoil up in here. Free spoilers. So I watched this really creepy movie recently on Netflix, man. And I recommend you guys see it. I don't even know how new it is. I didn't see when it came out, but I just decided to check it out. And I had my doubts. I just decided, like, I wanted to watch a scary movie. Me and my wife were like, we got to watch a scary movie. I want to watch something scary. So we're in the mood to watch some scary shit. And so I'm looking around. She's looking around. She's like, what about this one? So she sent me this one trailer. It looks all right, but I don't want to really hear the accents right now. I don't want to do like the whole movie in like an accent. So I don't want to watch it like in a British accent or whatever. So I wasn't feeling that one. So we found this other film, and it's called Our House. And man, oh man, that was a creepy movie, man. It had some good creepiness. And I might spoil it. No, I might say the plot, some sort of like description of what the movie's about, but it's really creepy. It's about a young kid, real smart, like engineer, but like a science engineer. Like he like wants to make new technology or some shit. He's got two younger siblings, a mom and a dad, and he experiences some tragedy in the family, and has to grow up quick, and still tries to do this, like still tries to innovate, because he has this invention he's trying to make. And so the invention he's working on, this project he's working on, he thinks it's trying to do one thing, and it ends up doing another thing, like opening a portal to like evil shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it gets fun. And I was thinking, I don't know, I'm going to give it a shot, whatever. It looked better out of the ones we were choosing. And I chose right. This movie was good, man. I recommend you check it out. I don't want to ruin no more else. I won't spoil it this time, other than it was creepy as hell. And it's about it. No, I'm just kidding. And then this happens at the end. No, I'm just kidding. I'll keep it to myself. But I recommend you see it. Our House. Check it out. Creepy as heck, man. I don't care if you guys think I'm a wuss on the creep meter or the creepy meter, because that movie was pretty creepy. I liked it. It was fun. It made me like, turn some lights on when I was going down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? It was like I had to escort the wife everywhere around the house at night. So it was fun. That's how you know you got a good movie, when it freaks you out around your own house. You'd be like, phew. And you already got their own little creepy fears when it's dark in your own house anyway. A lot of people have it. Don't you lie. So I was like flipping around, and I saw Winnie Cummings. I know I kind of like went at her with some jokes, just joking around with her on the last episode. I seen she had like an outdoor like stand-up comedy show, so I wanted to check it out. I wanted to see the people that was in there. And it was, I mean, I don't know, some of it was on Instagram and some of it was on the website or whatever. So I was like checking some of it out, checking out the comedians here and there. And they were funny and stuff like that. But the only thing that bothered me I didn't like is like they were reading off, like some of them had like a notebook or they were reading the jokes off their phone. And I didn't think that was cool, man. I thought like, man, I don't know. I just thought it should have been like a real stand-up show. Like, because you don't bring your paperwork on stage. If you do, like, you don't put it to somewhere somebody can see it. And I know because we're outdoor, you're with your friends and stuff like that. But I still think it should have been more professional if you wanted people to watch. Because I watched it and I was like, I thought the stuff was funny. And it still kind of got to me. It just bothered me. It didn't look professional to me with that, like, have people reading the jokes off their phones and stuff like that. So, yeah, I didn't enjoy it too much just because of that. That's what kind of threw me off and maybe not want to watch it anymore when they didn't keep their, like, the professionalism. Not everybody did it, but some people did. And then there was somebody there, had some crazy-ass tight jeans on. I forget what her name was. I think she was the one that was on Rogan recently. Those jeans was, like, crazy tight. They were so tight, she looked like she had G.I. Joe legs. And if you look at the G.I. Joe toys, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not shaming. I'm just having fun. So in local news, a woman in Detroit recently was declared dead. Like they said she was like dead, all the way dead. They put her in a body bag, took her to the funeral home, like wherever they keep the bodies in the funeral home, like the funeral home morgue or whatever. And so they go in and check, get her ready for her funeral or whatnot. Getting ready to do all that stuff. And she wasn't dead. She was alive. I'm not joking. Look it up, man. It just happened like just yesterday or something like that. She was like in the body bag for like over 2 hours. They said they thought she had a seizure or something and then like they couldn't revive her or something. And they declared her dead on the spot. And they shipped her out. And she was in a body bag for over 2 hours, man. In a body bag. And when they unzipped it, she was still breathing. She was breathing. Oh, man, they just put her in there. Like, what if they just got bored? Like, oh, man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. We'll blame it on the you-know-what. She's done. She just put it in the you-know-what. And I was like, dang, man, she was still alive. She was still alive. Maybe she had some big insurance. And the family was like, oh, no, she's gone. My baby's gone. And she just wrote her off like that. I'm just saying, that'd be messed up if she had like an insurance scheme and the family just wrote her off. Like, oh, yeah, she's gone. She's gone. And then they were like, no, she's alive. She's breathing. Are you sure? Are you sure? Put him here there. Put him here there. Like, look, her chest is moving. I don't know. I'm just saying, you should look into it. So, man, there was some wildfires going around. I forget what this was happening, but I was reading a man put out the fire throwing beer. He had like all kinds of cases of beer in his house and started throwing beer on the fucking fire. First, he had his water hose going. And they were fucking like for some reason the water shut off, or they shut it off probably for the fire department or whatever, because usually they got to use the hydrant and shit. So his water hose stopped working, and fucking his friends were all gone. Everybody evacuated and shit but him. And so he had like a bunch of cases of beer at the house. So he started fucking throwing beer everywhere like that. And I guess apparently he slowed the fire down enough to where the fire department showed up and put the shit out, and his house got saved while all his homies and friends and people around there, like, unfortunately lost their houses and shit and got a lot of damage and whatnot. But his friends always talk shit about him because he drank Bud Light. They say, oh, you drink that water beer. Yeah, but your house got burnt. Now what? You and your super high alcohol beer just probably burnt even more at your house. Shout out to Bud Light. So in some more sport news, I was watching some basketball, and the Mavericks are playing, and it's the playoff time, and it was crazy, man. It's getting a little testy out there, and the crowd ain't there. They got them fucking TV screens, and looks like fucking like you're playing a video game type crowd. But I do like the view on the court. I gotta say that. Honestly, the view on the court is kind of cool, even though I still want the noise of the real crowd out there and shit like that. I think they play too much of the crowd. Like, it was too much of a far view. But I do like the new view they got on the court. And anyways, there was a player that decided to... he like scored a bucket and put a shot on, I think it was like Luka Doncic or however you say his name. He's on the Mavericks. Real good player. And he said when he scored on him, he's like, yeah, he's go, bitch ass white boy. And with no crowd and like no sound out there, like fake ass sound, you could totally hear, like you didn't have to hear it. You know, I'm sure they turned the sound off when he was sitting it. I wish they would leave that stuff in, man. It would be so much funner. But you could clearly see his mouth say it. He was like, bitch ass white boy. And when they slowed it down, everybody's got all these clips of it and shit. And it's funny as heck, man. If I never told you what he was saying, guess what he was saying? And everybody would have the same answer. I'd play the video in slow motion and be like, guess what he is saying? I wouldn't even have to make it multiple choice. He was like, bitch ass white boy. And I just thought it was hilarious. I just thought it was funny. It was hilarious, man. So, I've been watching some of this convention stuff. I can't watch everything, man. It's just like so crazy. It's weird. You watch both conventions and it's like a big fucking circus of this is why we're better and this is why we're better and this is why they suck and this is why they suck. You know, all this stuff. I'm just so tired of it, man. I cannot wait till this is over. I want this election stuff to be over. I am ready for something else. I'm ready for something else. I don't even know. This stuff's got me so bored. It's got me watching all these stupid reality shows and shit. I was watching some of that fucking 90 Day Fiancé and all them stupid fucking shows. Like how many, and The Bachelor. What the hell, man? Like everybody's starting to watch The Bachelor and shit. I can't watch it. I tried to watch all them shows. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Like how you going to sound manly texting your homeboy or your friend and be like, yo, man, did you fucking see how so-and-so said no to the proposal? Like, how does that even sound manly? I don't even know how to sound. And then he's going to reply. How it's going to reply? Like, did he just send me this? Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell is this? Like, I would be looking at what did he just send me? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'll just send question mark. Like, huh? That's what the question mark means if I send it. It just means, huh? And so he was like, so then they were like, on 90 Day Fiancé. I was like, I don't know, man. I watched like one episode and I don't even remember. All I remember is that dude with no neck. That's all I remember. That guy looked like the fucking clown from Spawn with like no makeup on. He had his fucking like just no neck. That's all I remember from the show. I don't remember really nothing else. And they were asking me stuff about the show and I was like, I was like, afterwards, after I replied, I'm like, turn your man card in. And he's like, what? And I didn't even know, because I didn't know I even watched the show, so I just wanted to give him shit. So that's how that went. Okay, we're back. Some things had me thinking, had my gears turning. They had like a little marathon recently with the Star Wars movies. And I was playing around, just goofing around, and I was doing those like hypotheticals. Like, man, what if the Star Wars was real characters and they were like around today? Like, those guys would be like on every talk show. They would try to get them on every talk show and interview all over the place. They'd be some big basket cases, if you ask me. They'd be like mentally broken. All them people. Like, they were so free out in space. You could do stuff in different planets. You can go here and there. You know what I'm saying? Especially Han Solo. Like, Han Solo would be like on Maury Povich or something. He'd like father like possibly like 9,000 babies. They'd have him like on this big Zoom room. It'd be like all these Zooms connected to all these like multiple Zooms connected to Zooms after Zooms of all these ladies accusing him of the baby mama. And he did like all these tests. And it'd have to be like a whole bunch of like, I don't know, maybe like a 6-week or like a 2-month fucking episode of him doing all these tests. You're not the father. You are the father. You are the father. So like at the end, he's probably like got about 2,700 kids from going to all these planets and then coming here and they all chased him down and tracked him down to Earth. And that's what happened. That's what happened to Han Solo. He got all jacked up and found out he almost had 9,000 kids, but it was close to 3,000. So you got off there. Or like, what about Chewbacca, dude? Like, Chewbacca comes here and like people think he was a Sasquatch at first. Like, where the fuck is the Sasquatches at? Where's your brothers at? And everybody knows, like, you know, his planet got destroyed or whatever. So there's not that many. So it's like, so the Sasquatches that do come here, some people believe that, like in the conspiracy world, that there's a Sasquatch first of all. The conspiracy says the world says there's a Sasquatch first. Not only that, some of them are saying there's a Sasquatch, that the Sasquatch itself is like an alien, like they come from another planet, and that's why you don't find them and shit like that. You only find their footprints. You don't find their shit. You don't find a dead Sasquatch. You know what I'm saying? Some guy tried to pull one off one time, and it was just a frozen gorilla suit in the fucking freezer. But anyways, let's say those Sasquatches come down, the alien Sasquatches, and they abduct his ass and try breeding with him. And, like, unsuccessfully, they're making all these fucking mutated Chewbacca Sasquatches. Chew squatches. That's what they'd be. Chew squatches. It'd be all fucked up. I don't know, man. I was just thinking hypothetically. That's all I'm saying. Like, if they tried to, they would, like, have an unsuccessful, like, crossbreeding between the whatever Chewbacca is with the alien Sasquatches. The Chew squatches. And they came out all fucked up. They didn't look like any of them. They came out looking like fucking, I don't know. It was all jacked up. You don't even want to know. Which brings me to Luke. Like, Luke is all messed up out of everybody. Like, Luke is probably the most messed up. Like, he's got to be the most messed up. I don't even care. I'm just saying, like, him or his dad was most messed up. And I don't know, you could flip a coin on that one. But this dude tried incest. Didn't know that was his sister and shit. Like, was all ready to fall in love with her and shit. And he found out. It was like, oh, damn. That was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That was wrong. Slapped himself on the wrist with the force. He, like, forced himself. Like, oh, shit. Psh. You know what I'm saying? Had to learn. And then his dad, is some crazy, like, intergalactic, like, assassin and dictator. Who knows? Whatever the fuck he is. Like, I don't really know because I don't follow it that much. But he's some crazy, powerful guy. And he tries to make an effort to come back in his life. You know what I'm saying? And he's just going to, like, write off his dad and shit. Like, he's got all these serious dad issues and shit and can't control his own force powers. He's going to fucking just write his dad off when his dad's trying to come back in his life. Like, look, come hang with your pops. Let's go over here. It's like, what if the force wasn't so bad? You'd be hanging out with your dad and shit, like going fishing, except you all would be taking over planets and shit. It'd be like you guys would still be having quality time of some sort. But no, you wrote him off. You know what I'm saying? And then you go and kill his ass. Of all things, you go and kill your own dad. He fucking tells you who he is. You're like, man, and you think about all the missing fishing trips, even though you guys don't do fishing out there. You guys do whatever you do in space and your planet and all that. And fucking, you just fucking go and kill his ass when you didn't even fucking have no kind of dad moment. Only dad moment you had was when y'all was fighting each other. Then he was like, look, man, we both got missing hands. And you were like, oh yeah, now you gotta die. And then you fucking, that was like your quality time. That was your bonding. It was kind of messed up. You kind of, kind of makes Luca like a dick. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets pissed off while he's here on Earth. Like, after he got, after all those daddy issues that he had with his pops and all that, he's thinking, he's trying to get over and coping with that. Then he has American, like, Earth food. Like, he has Earth food from wherever he had it. Not just America. Maybe wherever he's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has Earth food and, like, it's delicious. He's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. What was I eating? And then he fucking gets mad in this, like, crazy rage and goes and kills Yoda. He goes over and kills Yoda's ghost because now he's like that Force ghost thing. So he kills that ghost thing for fucking making him eat that whatever the fuck he fed him over on his planet while he was training to be a Jedi after he tried, like, a burger from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He had, like, a McDonald's burger or some shit. And he was just like, this is amazing. Yoda, you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? And went after Yoda because, he fed him all that weird food over there. It's just my thoughts, is all I'm saying. He gave him that Yoda space food. Well, people, we are back once again. We did some research. We searched the web. We looked around. We read some newspapers. Newspapers are still around. They are around my town. And I got some more What the News. What the News? They say an asteroid the size of a refrigerator is heading towards Earth, and it should reach us around Election Day. Sounds very convenient. And kind of courteous. Thank you ahead of time, asteroid. What the news? What the news? They said they found a message in a bottle over on the West Coast beach. And the message in the bottle read, I don't have the time or the crayons to explain it to you. Sorry, dumb people. What the news? What the news? A science study determines that the direction of your toilet paper determines your IQ. Y'all need to stop it and back up off me while I'm wiping my ass. What the news? There's been another study that cannabis oils kills cancer cells. And they also get the same results from vitamin B17. And both are banned from the FDA. It figures. I think the FDA stands for Fat dumbasses. What the news? What the news? I find out that Julian Assange released private government files on crooked governments and crooked corporations, and they called him a criminal. While Mark Zuckerberg does the same thing. He releases our private information to crooked corporations and crooked governments, and they labeled him Man of the Year. What the news? What the news? Someone once told me in 1913, Americans kept all their earnings. Despite this, there were still schools and still railroads, subways, and military. I said, oh yeah? Well, you can also buy a burger and a soda for a couple nickels. I don't want to hear that shit. It's like fucking $10 for my combo. What the news? What the news? My one young nephew, he asked me, why can't we have armed police officers in our schools? I said, well, it's because they want you to get hit in a school shooting so they can take away your guns. What the news? What the news? I was listening to a song recently. I thought it was the new song from the Batman soundtrack. It was like, Batman. So I turned the volume up, and it was Black Man. I was like, oh man, it was Jay-Z and Pharrell. My bad, Jay-Z, Pharrell. My bad. What the news? I just want to say, if all these conspiracies and rumors are true, MAGA is going to stand for a whole nother thing. It's going to stand for many are getting arrested. What the news? Oh, shit. What the news? What the news? Warwick Dunn had his mother was a police officer in New Orleans. I don't know how to say it. I apologize if I pronounce it wrong. She was a police officer, and she was shot and killed on the line of duty while he was just a senior in high school. While this happened, he raised his own siblings, made it to college, graduated college, and made it to the NFL. And after making it to the NFL, he decided he would build and pay for over 145 houses for a bunch of single mothers who have a chance at a better life. Big shout out to you, my man. Big shout out. And I wanted to end that What the News on a positive note. And that has been another What the News. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, hit a like and a subscription. And don't forget to catch us every Wednesday and Saturday. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. See ya.